Complete British history for CSS exam. Everything you need to know. Are you preparing for CSS exam and feeling overwhelmed by British history? Don't worry. In this video, we will cover the complete history of Britain from ancient time to modern day events in a clear and structured way. Whether it's the Roman invasion, the Tudor dynasty, or the British Empire, we have got everything you need to score high in your CSS exam. So stay with me till the end and let's begin. Before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe this channel for more daily history lessons. Now let's dive into the fascinating journey of British history. Early Britain and Roman invasion 55 BC to 410 AD. Our story began with the Celtic tribes who lived in Britain before the Romans arrived. These were warrior societies ruled by the chieftains, but in 55 BC everything changed when the famous Roman general Julius Caesar attempted to invade Britain. Although he didn't conquer it fully, his invasion paved the way for Roman control. In 43 AD, Emperor Claudius successfully invaded Britain, making it part of the Roman Empire. The Romans built roads, cities, and Hadrian's Wall to protect against the northern tribes. However, by the 410 AD, the Roman Empire was collapsing and the Romans left Britain, leaving it open to new invaders. Anglo-Saxon and Viking era 410 AD to 1066 AD. After the Roman left Britain, was invaded by the Anglo-Saxons, who came from Germany, Denmark, and the Netherlands. They ruled England for centuries, but in the 9th century, a new threat emerged: the Vikings. The Viking fierce warriors from Scandinavia raided British towns and took over large part of England. But King Alfred the Great fought back and laid the foundations for united England. Norman conquest in medieval England 1066 to 1485. The year 1066 changed British history forever. William the Conqueror, the Duke of Normandy, defeated the Anglo-Saxon King Harold at the Battle of Hastings and became the new ruler of England. He introduced the feudal system and built massive castles to maintain control. One of the most important events in the medieval England was the signing of Magna Carta in 1215, which limited the king's power and laid the foundations for democracy. Meanwhile, England fought the Hundred Years' War against France, which ended in 1453, and later the War of the Roses, a brutal battle between two royal families, the Lancasters and the Yorks. The Tudor period, 1485 to 1603. In 1485, Henry VII became king, marking the start of the Tudor dynasty. But the most famous Tudor was his son, Henry VIII, who is known for breaking away from the Catholic Church and forming the Church of England. After Henry VIII, his daughter Elizabeth I ruled during a golden age of exploration and culture. In 1588, England defeated the powerful Spanish Armada, securing its position as a dominant naval power. The Stuart period in Civil War, 1603 to 1714. The Stuart era saw growing tensions between the monarchy and parliament. King James I faced opposition, but his son Charles I was even more controversial. His conflicts with Parliament led to the English Civil War in 1642. The war ended with Charles I being executed, and for a short time, England became a republic under Oliver Cromwell. However, monarchy was restored in 1660 with Charles II. Later, the Glorious Revolution of 1688 resulted in a constitutional monarchy where the king's powers were limited by the parliament. The British Empire and Industrial Revolution 1714 to 1914. During the 18th and 19th century, Britain expanded its empire across the world. India, Africa, and North America became the British colonies, making Britain the most powerful nation on earth. The Industrial Revolution, which began in Britain, transformed the economy, introducing factories, railways, and new technologies. Queen Victoria, who ruled from 1837 to 1901, oversaw this period of immense growth. 20th century World War and decolonization 1914 to 1997. Britain played a crucial role in both World War One and World War Two. After World War Two, Britain lost its global dominance as colonies like India and African nations gained independence. By the 1950s, the British Empire had declined, and Britain focused on rebuilding its economy and joining international alliances like NATO and the European Union. Modern Britain, 1997. In recent decades, Britain has continued to evolve. In 2016, the UK voted to leave the European Union, a decision known as Brexit, which has had major economic and political impacts. Today, the UK remains an influential global power, though it faces challenges such as economic instability and political changes. And that's a complete timeline of British history for your CSS exam. To revise effectively, focus on major events, key figures, and their impacts. Create a timeline to remember important dates and practice writing structured answers. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for more history lessons. Let me know in the comments which topic you want me to cover next. Thanks for watching.